Well, we've all done things that seem like a good idea at the time. Okay, let's say you're in love and you get your sweetheart's name tattooed.
I like how you're nodding at me like I did that. No, but then let's say the relationship goes south and you've still got that ink to remind you. But with technology now, you don't have to live with tattoos you no longer want.
We know people that have done that, though,
Yes,
haven't we?
yes.
How does laser tattoo removal work? Dr. Joel Schlessinger from Skin Specialist PC is here to show us how. Good
Hi,
to see you,
it's
Doctor.
great to see you.
Great to be here.
No, it's good to see you. And this, I didn't know
yes.
this is something that you did. You've been doing this since 1997, tattoo removal, right?
I have, and tattoo removal has always been something that people want to know about, want to do because of exactly the situation that you mentioned there. A love gone bad, something that they did at a moment and now regret it, but it has become extraordinarily popular, and I think that it has achieved a lot of popularity because it's so easy to do now. Before, it would take literally almost years to get a tattoo removed, and I would always laugh when I saw somebody on TV saying, "I'm going to have that tattoo removed," back in the 1990s. But now it's really possible to do that.
I know people in college that are made some decisions they regret now.
And then there was a gal that I know. She wanted to be a model, but she had these tattoos that she felt like were really holding her back professionally. So how do you determine who's a good candidate? What do you look for?
Well, first and foremost, if the tattoos are small, relatively small, and relatively 1 or 2 colors, 3 colors, you probably are going to be fine taking them off. Now, when they get past the size of maybe a grapefruit, it's going to be difficult to remove them, but it's not impossible either. So you can see the laser just goes after that.
How's this working right now?
So the laser seeks out the actual pigment, and when it hits the pigment, it destroys the pigment. It truly is like a search and destroy missile. When it hits that pigment, it knows that that is bad, and it saves the overlying skin. So the overlying skin is safe, it doesn't harm it, and people have a tremendous amount of improvement with just 1 or 2 of these treatments, the new type of treatments. So it used to be that we would do one treatment alone, and people would come back in a month or 2 for their next treatment. Now we're doing what is called the stacked treatment. And the stacked treatment is so great because you do 4 treatments at once during the time that people are here, and it speeds up the process immeasurably.
Wow. Which areas, we see the foot here, which areas of the body can you treat?
Really, the sky's the limit. There's no place that we can't treat with tattoos. And the nice thing about it is that with the treatment of these areas, we're seeing people who were, for example, unable to do a job, like they couldn't have a job. A lot of military people were having difficulties getting in, and it was keeping people from having a job that they wanted.
The life
you
they
can see the before and after here.
Wow.
The after, how long after the removal was
That
this?
was after 5 treatments with the stacked method. So each treatment with the stacked method is about a month or 2 apart. So this person had that type of result after about 8 months.
The arm there, this next image on the neck, and look at that.
That's completely
Those
gone.
results are amazing.
People don't realize that that is possible. Now, one thing that helped this person is that it was one color, it was a dark color. There are some colors that are more challenging.
Give us an example.
Well, blues and greens are a bit challenging to get taken off. That doesn't mean they can't, but it takes a bit longer. It's a little bit more challenging. And some of them will be more of a ghost of a tattoo rather than tattoo. So we can almost always get the tattoo pretty much all gone, except in certain colors. Blues, greens, sometimes reds, but if you have an expectation that you would want to get it to the point where you can easily diminish it, like where a little bit of cover up and it's gone, you can get it done very quickly.
When I was a kid, my parents would always scare me, say, don't get a tattoo, when you go to college, because someday you may not want it. And to get it removed, they go, it's really painful. Back in the 80s, 90s, I heard it was a painful process. Is it uncomfortable or is it painful, and is there any downtime?
Not at all, because we numb people up before we do it, and that makes it so much simpler to get the tattoo off. There's a little bit of numbing, but we also have an anesthetic before we do it, so people really don't feel even the numbing part of it.
The website is lovelyskin.com/tattoo removal. If you were like us and you said, Dr. Schlessinger does this? Yes, and he's been doing it for several years now. And you brought us a special offer. You were talking about the 2 approaches to tattoo removal. You mentioned
Yes.
the stacked method. So you're offering our viewers savings on that through the month of May, and then 10% off a single laser tattoo removal treatment. So we'll show you the information so you can call Skin Specialists PC to set up an appointment, go and get evaluated and just see, am I a good candidate for this? And it sounds like most people probably are. But the number is 402-334-7546.
And listen, we're diving into the summer season. Is
Yes,
it too
sir.
late for liposuction? People want to tackle some of those tough spots?
Not at all. We can still get you taken care of. I think it's great. Tattoo removal,
Yeah.
liposuction, we can do it all, get you ready for the summer.
What are our lipo options with you?
So you have Smart Lipo, and we have Cool Sculpting for freezing the fat. We also have Kybella for the chin area. We have Cool Mini for the chin area. We have Ultra Shape for larger areas that are people that are closer to their goal weight. So we have everything for all types of situations.
And the downtime, if
Right, the
you're
recovery period.
Well,
Yeah.
for the Cool Sculpting, like 0 downtime, and Cool Mini, Kybella, there's a little bit of swelling, and Smart Lipo about a day. That's
so
it.
it really depends on what are your goals when you go in. What does that consultation look like when a new patient comes in to see you? How do they start to open up about their issues, and then you start to present them with different solutions?
Oh, you know, it's so great because we are very happy to see people, and it's a very nice environment. We're not going to like judge or anything like that, because I think we've all been there. We've all had situations
Yeah.
where we want to change something, and most of the people that come in have made the tough choices. They've really worked hard, and they just need a little bit more help.
Lovelyskin.com is a website you can go to. Before we let you go, back to the tattoos, any interesting tattoos that you've removed? What's been your most interesting one?
Oh goodness! I mean, I've had enough boyfriends,
You've had a lot of
ex-boyfriends,
names, right?
A lot of
ex-girlfriends,
names.
exes. It always comes down to that. I've had people who've had tattoos that they were either incapacitated. I've had
Right.
you name it. We've had this situation. We've had tattoos where parents have found out about tattoos, and it's been a
sure.
day of reckoning.
Right.
You want to
I-
live under my roof? We're gonna, yeah.
I mean, we could spend this whole segment talking about
Let's
tattoos.
do that next time. Let's bet you got some great stories.
I even think too, just it's not something you regretted doing. It's just over time, gravity, and maybe it started to smudge out a little bit, and it just didn't
Right, they
look
fade
as
a
sharp
little
and
bit over
clean
time sometimes.
as it did
Right.
when you were younger. And so it's just like if it bugs you, it's good to know that you can do something about it.
You've got a whole page on your website dedicated to tattoo removal, so check it out, lovelyskin.com.
And the whole thing is that I feel comfortable that the results we get now are so good that I'm happy to bring them out. The reason I really wasn't talking about tattoos before was that we didn't have a method that would quickly take care of it. Now I have something that I feel people will be happy with, and we can give results that people want to see.
The technology,
a
amazing. Thanks,
great
Doctor. Thanks for
subject.
stopping in.
Thank you.
you.
Guest of the morning.